Good Wednesday morning. It is January 1st, 2025. Let's take a look at our top headlines this half hour. Those advisory questions do exactly that. They're gauging the public opinion regarding the idea of certain referendums before legislators take that official action. New information this morning. One man is dead and another is believed to be in custody after a shooting outside of a grocery store. Police arrested 19-year-old Jalen Russell, who's on your screen right here, on aggravated battery. Overnight, crews have been battling new wildfires, but across LA, it's too early to know the true scale of the damage. Have you ever wondered what happens to your live Christmas trees after the holidays are over? Well, Taylor Fleming went to Tazewell County to find out for you. And those groups want immigrants to know they can prepare now by learning about their rights. You can see two new photos of the man police are calling a person of interest for the murder of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson. Now, the United States and its allies are moving quickly to influence the formation of a new Syrian government. This morning's top story, Peoria police are investigating a Christmas Eve shooting that happened late at night in the West Bluff. One visitor is showing her heartfelt gratitude for the men and women who fought for families like hers in Vietnam nearly 60 years ago. Madison Porter takes a look at the shooting and the social media-driven events that police say they're getting tired of. We'll move on to People magazine, which they have revealed the 2024 Sexiest Man Alive. The coveted title goes to actor John Krasinski. On social media that we got Millie Bobby Brown getting married in real life before the next season of Stranger Things.
Spoiler alert! No, I'm kidding.
That is like, it comes from Charlie XCX's album that she released over the summer. Yeah, but before that, it's a positive thing. In terms of the songs that some may find familiar, for those that have never seen this performance, Hallelujah is one of those on there, isn't that right?
Yes, the most famous piece, of course.
Friends and family of an actress from Wisconsin gathered at watch parties this past weekend to celebrate her historic role in Wicked. Marissa Bodie is the first actress living with a disability to portray the character Nessa Rose in Wicked. Stringtown Barbecue in Washburn is putting on a comedy show where the cost to attend is a toy donation. We have Dave and Jason here to tell us more. Now, you guys were mentioning this is your first time doing it at your barbecue.
Yeah.
Now, why did you want to go ahead and do the comedy show instead of, you know, the typical just drop off your toys?
Now, from your home team, this is 25 News.
A happy Friday, Central Illinois. It's Friday the 13th, if you guys didn't realize.
Oh, it is Friday the 13th.
But our forecast isn't as spooky as it was yesterday.
Yeah, no superstitions here for our Friday. We're done with the snowfall, and we're done with any sort of precipitation chances, at least for today. Weekend's forecast gets a little bit more active today, kind of a transition day. Let's go ahead and get you out the door this morning. Overall, a majority of our roadways good to go at this point, especially since that snow is now well set and done. I think it's more so just some lesser traveled, maybe rural roadways, or just some of those streets in your neighborhood, which might still be a little bit snow covered. Live look here from Bloomington, where you can see a lot of those roadways, especially towards College Avenue, looking pretty good out there. So I think the morning commute overall pretty good, barring just one or two stray slick spots. Checklist here for today. Most important items will be the coat, the hat, and the gloves. Yet again, starting off quite cold. You want that hot coffee today. And we'll give the sunglasses the check mark here. We'll look for some sunshine here to start off the day. However, increasing clouds the deeper into the day we do go. In terms of our air temperatures, upper single digits to right around the 10-degree mark. So another round of some pretty cold conditions out there. Some of us even dealing with sub-zero wind chills. 7 degrees the air temperature in Bloomington. Normal feels like 7 below. More the reason to have those extra layers for today. Next big thing in the forecast, though, we'll turn our attention towards Saturday. Tomorrow, we can't rule out a little bit of freezing rain early, then some widespread rain expected through a good portion of the day. We'll talk about that, as well as some warmer temperatures on the way coming up here in just a few minutes. Rashawn, Jolie.
Thanks, Ballant. There's a growing need for help paying rent or utility bills in the city of Bloomington Township.
But community groups helping residents recently ran out of funding for that assistance. Taylor Fleming has the details on what the township is doing to help.
The relief program, also known by the acronym HERE, is designed to help people behind on rent or utility payments who may not qualify for other forms of aid.
Individuals that may be experiencing like an unexpected expense, maybe that's a car repair or something in the home that they just weren't expecting, that maybe then took away from those main payments for rent or a utility.
The program was originally created in 2022 to address address economic hardship caused by the pandemic. It was funded again in 2023. The delay in funding this year was because other programs existed to help township residents with rent. However,
those programs were exhausted, and so we see that the need is growing in terms of relief for rent and utility assistance.
Township leaders say the housing eviction crisis in the community stems from the economic effects of the pandemic and inflation. There is $150,000 budgeted for this program. Individuals and families can get up to $3,000. The money for this assistance program comes from a different fund than the township's other general assistance programs. The rent relief comes through the General Town Fund, which the board can use to fund social services when community groups are exhausted. This economic relief will be available through March or until funds run out.
And more local news at 5:35. One person is recovering from burns after their tent caught fire in downtown Peoria. That fire happened at the homeless encampment near the intersection of Northeast Monroe and Fayette Street. We have the map on your screen. This happened just before 11 o'clock yesterday morning. Now, when firefighters arrived to the tent, it was still burning, but they put it out quickly. The victim went to the hospital for treatment, and there's no word on their condition, and the cause of the fire was ruled accidental.
5:36 now on your Friday. Peoria police arrested a man for drug and weapons charges Wednesday night. Officers conducting a drug investigation claim they saw 29-year-old Artion Ivy leave a home on North Sheridan near Peoria Notre Dame High School and get in a car and drive away. He stopped on University and tried to run away but was caught. Police say a search of the home on Sheridan led them to illegal drugs, packaging, cash, and a stolen gun.
19-year-old Braylon Moore will spend 10 years in prison for a shooting in Peoria Heights where no one was hit. Moore pleaded guilty to a gun charge in October after the Beck's gas station incident in broad daylight from May. Surveillance video from the busy location on War Memorial Drive showed Moore getting out of a car, arguing with a man who was pumping gas, and then Moore got back into the car, pulled out a gun, and fired 9 shots at the man he was arguing with. No one was injured from that shooting.
Meanwhile, a Princeville man will stay in jail until his trial after his arrest for allegedly sexually abusing 2 minors. The Peoria County State's Attorney's Office says 20-year-old Jordan Gibson, you see on your screen there, is accused of assaulting and abusing the victims in separate acts about a month apart. More charges could be filed in the future when the case goes to the grand jury.
Now to the case against Luigi Mangione. Prosecutors in New York are taking a new step to build their case against him in the murder of a health insurance CEO, Brian Thompson.
It's as we learn new details about where Mangione was spotted days before his arrest. ABC's Andrew Dimbert has the latest.
Sources tell ABC News prosecutors in New York are now presenting evidence to a grand jury as they work to secure an indictment against Luigi Mangione. An indictment would strengthen the case for extradition to New York, which Mangione is fighting. He's behind bars in a Pennsylvania cell like this one, charged in the shooting death of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson. Mangione, an Ivy League graduate from a prominent real estate family, allegedly wrote about his criticism of corporate America and the U.S. healthcare system. But the NYPD says there's no indication Mangione was ever a client of United Healthcare.
He's so good looking and young, and he's just spending his time in Hawaii for a few months.
This woman says she spent time with Mangione last year during her vacation in Hawaii, attending a book club and playing volleyball together. She says Mangione showed no signs of the severe back injury he once described as debilitating.
I would say he's a winner in everything. I mean, even in volleyball, he wanted to be the best. He always wanted to win. Book club, he wanted to be the one who actually read the book, who had the best answers and the questions for everything. So he's a winner all around.
A new report claims a San Francisco police officer recognized Mangione during the manhunt 4 days before his arrest at that McDonald's in Pennsylvania. The San Francisco Chronicle reports an officer recognized Mangione after his mother reported him missing in the area, and the officer alerted the FBI. Mangione's lawyer says he intends to plead not guilty. His extradition hearing is scheduled for December 30th. Andrew Dimbert, ABC News, New York.